too many of the merchandising team are coming in early on a Monday or even working on a Sunday to do reporting ready for trade on a Monday. Partly that's because we also love the data, so we want to be able to see the data ourselves, but there are so many different attributes, so many different selling channels. There's such a lot of difference and complexity in how the business is trading, and you want to be able to answer all those questions that will come up on a Monday. So therefore, you're trying to think of all the different factors that have influenced trade, and you're trying to show or have a way to explain those factors, and then hopefully produce outcomes on the back of it. Any reporting needs to be actionable. It needs to be something that's going to drive you to do something with the report. If you just get a report, look at it, and ultimately it doesn't change any of your future decision making, then the time that's been spent on that report, either it's in its creation or even in its looking at and trying to digest what it's telling you, hasn't added the value and hasn't been good use of your time as a merchandiser and potentially all the other people who are going to be reading that report. Any business should have core reporting and things that are always able to go back to. But any core reporting you do should still drive your actions. It should still drive something you're going to do about it. Because if you're saying, well, I need to know how we did against last year, but if knowing we were better or worse or the same doesn't make you feel differently about the future, then it still hasn't told you anything. And action isn't saying you have to read a report, take it in, and then go away and do something immediately about it. But it has to inform, either it can inform a direct action, but it might just inform your future planning and your future decisions that could be 2 months away, 4 months away, 6 months away. But it has to add value to you as a merchandiser. It has to add value to your decision-making processes. As a person who loves data, it's really easy to produce pages and pages of numbers, which do tell the story, but only if you really have time to go through all of them. What you normally need to do is have the headline outcomes, and then to be able to highlight a couple of examples that illustrate what you're actually talking about. Because if you just give the high level info, sometimes the overall summary, sometimes you're hard to really get a person on board with what you're trying to do. Whereas if you say, listen, we've got 10% of our stock doing X, and actually here's an example of what we're talking about. And I think that's what really brings summaries to life, is to have that overall number, but then to be able to delve down and show examples of what it truly means. If I think about what I've seen in maybe the last 3 to 4 years, is reporting which is a little bit more automated and allows you to have the big picture at the top and then to delve down into the detail, which I think really helps. But it is hard moving people and merchandising teams away from lots of Excel reports. Most of us love things that we can build on Excel, and that also throws up a challenge, I guess, is, as we onboard different reporting tools, it's easy to just spend all your time producing reports, because there is lots of data available to you, and you can end up with 10 different people in your team creating 10 different reports, and all of them fundamentally coming back to the same outcome. So there's that balance about giving people the flexibility to look into what's important to them, but also thinking, well, can I standardize it a bit just to improve efficiencies in the team? I think it's hard on any merchandising little talk to be rude about Excel, because you'll get in trouble with merchandising people. What is true is if a business has got a really good reporting tool, it should strip away the reliance on Excel. Excel has lots of positives, but too often it won't talk to other things, and trying to link one piece of work to another can be hard. It's easy to have an error in your formulas. Typically you will have 2 separate maybe spreadsheets that you're trying to tell a joined up story and they don't speak to each other. So there's lots of challenges with it. If anything, it's too flexible. So as I say, People can spend all their life in Excel. It has its value, but over time we need to move away from. What I will say in Excel's defense, with things like Copilot, it's now much easier to understand how Excel can give you an answer, because you can just type in what you're trying to get to and you'll get something back. Before, you could spend like an hour trying to work out a formula, but at least now you just go on the internet and it'll give you the formula. So there's a saving to be had there. You shouldn't go into Monday with any real surprises. Everything that you've been learning Monday to Friday should inform your decisions that you come in for. All you're looking for on Monday is kind of validation of what you've seen during the preceding week, really. And that's why automated reporting is better than maybe something you've got to keep running in the background, because what you don't really want is to run a report Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You want something that you can just drop into, have a look at how things have changed. Am I going to do anything different on the back of it? Working out what's the right cadence, and some of that will depend on your product categories, checking those new styles that have dropped down. You know, those things, or if you had a really hot day, having a look at, well, what impact has that had on my performance? What am I going to do now forward? And you don't really have to hold off until Monday to do something about it. You know, the point you feel comfortable, you've got enough data to tell you something's changed, great, just jump on it. You know, a lot of people feel like they have to hold on until trade for someone to kind of sign off on things. Trading so often was, well, what am I going to do now with the stuff in? But actually, equally as important is, well, what do I do in the future with what I'm learning now? If you're not careful as a merchandiser, you build a range with your buyer and your designer, you kind of put it to bed, you kind of forget about it until it arrives. But actually, those great teams out there will say, well, what am I learning now? What am I going to do with the stock I've got in the business now? But also, what has that told me about the stuff I've got on order? Do I need to do something different about it? Can I do something different about it? What am I going to do about the stuff that I'm about to place now? You should always be thinking about those different phases. We're always working on, you know, multiple phases of product, and we've got to ensure that the reporting we get helps inform not just now, but what we've got to do in those future phases also. It's easy to start a report, and it needs to be equally easy to stop a report as well. If you're not careful, you just run that report because it was a great report in your first couple of weeks, and then you keep reporting it, but over time, you're not actually taking any action on the back of having that report. And that's the time to say, well, actually, that's not adding value, I don't need to. That can be easy to say to your team, listen, I've had a look at it, it's not adding value, we're going to take a pause on that one. It could be that it can come back in a future date. It's important to stop. Sometimes it's hard because your line manager might love the report, their line manager might like the report, but it's important to say, well, is it adding value? Are you doing anything with that data? If you're not, and if they're not, it's important to be brave and say, this reporting isn't adding value and we should stop.